Hello, everyone. Surprise! I stopped the countdown at 2 minutes, and I also am streaming on a Saturday. So everybody say hi to my daughter. This is Josie.
Hello.
So I need to do a couple of things. So I figured I would just do it on a live stream because maybe you'll learn something from it. Maybe y'all have some ideas that I haven't thought about. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. Do me a favor, let me know in the comments in the chat where you're watching from, and just check in. Let me know you're watching, and we're just gonna go for it. So I'm pretty stoked because I got a new tool. I got an x-rite i1IO table, which is an automated scanning device. And I also got the i1 Pro 3 Basic. I had the i1 Pro 3 Plus before, but for a normal end user, it's probably great, or it is great, but it creates really big swatches, really big scan charts. And for when I'm in the field, I need to be working pretty quickly. So I chose to go to add. I didn't get rid of my Plus. I have my Plus as well. But I decided to add the Basic plus the scanning table so I can just get more done and spend less time scanning, more time optimizing, maybe helping the shop optimize some other workflow things. So yeah, so we're going to do this in NeoStampa. I'm going to walk you guys through the whole profiling process, everything that I'm going to do. Now, normally I would tell you to double check your alignment is good. I know mine is good. I just checked it the other day. But I would tell you to double check your alignments, make sure you're using a good waveform if you've not done it before. But I know I've got all that stuff dialed in, and I just ran a print. Normally, I will tell you to not start cold turkey when you're profiling. Run a few things through it before you start profiling. And yeah, so let's jump over into NeoStampa. And we're going to open up the calibration wizard, which if you have, hey, Alex, if you have, if you don't have the profiling version, you won't see that CW up at the top. All right, so we're going to profile my Prestige R2 Pro. We are going to base it off of an already completed profile because I really don't need. Normally, the first steps in NeoStampa are actually setting up your ink order and what inks you're using and stuff like that. I don't need to worry about that. I know I'm going to use the resolution and the default that's already in here, which is a 720 by 1200. But I'm just going to linearize and ICC scan for my setup. So I'm using the i1IO3, correct? Is that what I'm using? This is also my first time using the i1IO table with NeoStampa. So this should be interesting. We're going M1, Luminant D50, which is sunlight or close to sunlight. And by the way, if you guys do have questions as I'm going through stuff, feel free to ask. I know it slows down my process a little bit, but it's all good. So we've already got that set. It does say 8 passes. Normally a 1200 is 6 pass, like 720 by 1200 6 pass. I haven't had a chance really to play with this and see if I can. Nope, it just defaults to 8. Every rip's a little different. Let's see. 5 colors, smooth stochastic. That is correct. What's happening? CJ Nola 504. I always feel weird. Is it weird calling people by their handle, Josie?
I don't know. A little bit. Like out of the context.
Yeah. CJ, what is your what's your actual name? Because I like to. I know I've seen you comment on my channel a few times. I think. I like to know you guys' names. Anyway,
it'd be funny if you were wrong and he's actually never come across your channel
he's
before.
Never been on before. If you've never been on a live stream before, let me know or commented on my channel. All right, so we've got this set up. So let's do next. Now, much of the time when I'm profiling with a lower white underbase. I like to set my white underbase after I'm done building the profile. That's just the way that I like to do it. I'm working with some other color profilers that they use the substrate as the white usually, but because we make our own white in DTF, it's a little different. So I'm still feeling out my thoughts on using white underbase, heavy white underbase when I'm starting or not. Carl, awesome, Carl. Welcome to the live stream. All right, let's go. We're gonna do 40% white underbase just for these tests. And you can see I'm building this off of a preset profile already. So there is a linearization curve here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the ink limit chart. Now, this ink limit chart is what's basically going to help me choose my maximum ink. So at what point does this thing flood and make a gigantic mess? So let's see. Will that fit on my scan? It will.
You have a ruler.
I want to mirror it. I do not have a ruler. I don't think I have a ruler.
How do you not?
There might be one in here, but it's a mess right now.
So
it was stressing my daughter out.
Don't have a ruler. So
look at the disappointment in her face, everyone. Look at the disappointment.
How big is a foot? Like my forearm?
That's not a foot. You are not. Anyway, crazy. I don't know. I'm sure I have a ruler somewhere. I just don't know.
That cookie sheet's probably like 11 inches. Yeah.
I have no idea, child. What are you trying to measure?
A foot by a foot, 12 inches by 12 inches. How big your printer will print?
Well, my printer will print 12 inches by however long you want to make it.
Well, you said 12 by 12.
Because you're making a pattern. My daughter's making a pattern fabric that we're going to make a patterned fabric that she's going to use to patch some jeans that she's got. We'll go into that in a little bit. Anyway, back to this. We need to print this. So this is the ink limit chart. I knew she's just so distracting, guys.
I have another question. I have a graphic. I have a question. Pretend I'm like typing it up. I have a DTF related question.
You got to get it in the chat. You got to get it in the chat.
What are you on? YouTube? Hold up. You hold the phone.
Carl. Yeah. So I'm going to do some like official videos for it. There's still some stuff I'm still kind of deciding what I think. I mean, I'm getting good results out in the field, but there's still some stuff that I'm like, I want to test one or two things and see what kind of happens with it. So anyway, I've got it printing to file in NeoStampa going to DTF Station Pilot. Let's see if this works. I'm going to, boom. Hey, yo. Let's see if that works.
It's a very satisfying sound. It like scratches an itch in my brain.
The printer?
Yeah.
Wow, it is so much hotter on this side of the studio.
Is it really?
It's so warm.
I'm freezing.
Well, then go stand over here.
It's because the printer.
It's between the heat press and the printer and the.
It's like a
shaker.
fireplace. Woo. Defrosting over here. Can I ask my question while we wait for this to print?
Yeah, you can ask your question.
So, as I'm making a pattern on a 12 by 12 like graphic design thing,
yeah,
should I just make it big and then we'll just like repeat it on it, or should I make like a section of the?
Well, there's a whole thing with making repeating patterns
because you have to get them to line up.
So I would suggest you make it look like make them small, like pare them down.
Okay. And then just like do like the pattern and then repeat it.
However big you want the little icons to be.
Okay.
Like make them that size.
Got it. You don't have a ruler?
I don't know where my ruler's at. I'm sorry, my dear. All right. So this is your ink limit chart. Now every RIP software has a different setup for their ink limit chart. I'm not a huge fan of digital factories, so much so I've created my own ink limit testing chart. Let's go back to this camera, and you guys get to look at my butt while I cut. All right, I'm going to show you what we're looking for, and what I'm going to explain is workable in any RIP. So here's what we're looking at, and I could And I would suggest you press your ink limit chart onto a shirt or something, just so you can see it without the film over it. But generally what you're looking for, and I got a little bit of banding. I had the yellow had a little bit of, I think has a little bit of black mixing in with it. So I need to do a load ink. But what you're kind of looking for is the point where the colors stop being colors and kind of become muddy. And this particular chart, I often am around the 200 range. With Digital Factory, I'm often in like the 280 to 320 range. Every printer is going to be a little bit different. So that's why you need to print your ink limit chart. So right here is where we start to get muddy. We lose some color. Like this 205 is actually kind of perfect. So that's the number I'm going to choose. Like I said, I would encourage you to powder and cure it and press it on a shirt so you can see what it looks like peeled. I've done this enough times that I'm pretty familiar with it and confident with it. Let me throw that in the trash, please. Open it. There you go.
Ah!
Or just take the lid off it. My daughter's destroying. She's destroying my shop.
I didn't mean to.
She's watching from right beside me. Excellent. Ask your question. Oh, you already asked.
I did ask, but you said I had to put it in the chat. So I did.
I know I was being a punk. All right, let's get back over to Neo Stampa. And we're going to say our chosen ink limit.
Why did I do that?
They set it at 280. So I'm setting that a little bit lower than they set it. That's interesting. I want to do 205. Whoops, wrong keyboard. 205, because that's what I saw in there. Yeah. And then we're going to print our linearization chart. And this is basically exactly what it sounds like. We're linearizing each one of the colors to make sure that they print in the right amount that's being called out for. So let's hit OK. I just want to make sure portrait, mirror, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Save. And these do rip pretty quick because they are just they're a very small file, but I need to make sure my colors are printing right. So I'm actually going to do a load ink to get rid of that banding I had on that like darkish banding I had on the yellow. I'm just watching my white ink or my waste ink tank, watching to see the stuff come out of it. We're doing about a 16-second, 18-second load ink, something like that. And then let's do a head cleaning. All right. So back in, we just gotta wait. Gotta wait for it. I'm using so because I'm not running like a whole bunch of prints, I'm using the Phoenix Air curing oven. So I'll be powdering that here, hand powdering it. I'm gonna make sure to keep the powder dust away from this thing. This isn't the optimal setup, but it's what works for live streaming and for what I'm doing right now. So, yeah. And
Carl thinks I'm funny. He said LOL.
I don't know if Carl thinks you're funny. I think he thinks I'm funny. We'll just have to find out. All right. So for those of you who are popping on, because I just saw the viewership bump up a little bit, we are building an ICC profile because I need to, and I'm testing or working with my new tool, the x-rite i1 IO scanning table. Automated scanning. Love it. All right, take a look at this. Still not thrilled with how that yellow's looking. You know, it's hilarious. I left this thing for 2 weeks, and I'm having more trouble now getting it started than I did from leaving it for 2 weeks. So let's try a little bit more of a loading. Now, normally I would probably normally I would open up the carriage and probably do use a syringe to load it, but I don't really have a good angle to get at it right now. We'll see if this fixes it. But hey, you know what? You're learning, because this is something that happens to a lot of folks out in the field, where they will try to start printing and stuff just is misbehaving a little bit. So yeah, you get to learn how I troubleshoot some of this stuff. Let that clean. I'm using the DTF station, just their normal hot melt powder. Using hot peel. I'm gonna mess with your guys' brains a little bit. I'm actually gonna use paper to profile on, because it's easy and it's cheap, and I have not seen it negatively affect my scans. So so we're gonna use paper just to make life a little bit easier. And I don't want to waste a bunch of t-shirts.
Saving the planet one paper at a time.
It's not about saving the planet so much, my dear.
It was a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
Aha. Aha, aha, aha.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, let's see what that nozzle check looks like. I can't see anything. Oh. I'm a ding-a-dong. So it was perfectly fine, y'all. It was perfectly fine. I was seeing the shadow of the air holes that do the suction of the film. Hi, Maria. If you're wondering what we're doing, we're building an ICC profile. That's what we're doing right now, because I need to. All right, here we go. Now that that's good, I can go ahead and print that.
Don't do that.
Linearization chart. What's up?
Talking to
you're talking to yourself?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Let
me switch back to this camera, and we're going to zoom into the printer while it's printing. Again, feel free, for those of you who have just recently joined, feel free to ask any questions you have. We are all ears. Oh, interesting. This one like built in a color bar on the end. Again, I'm working with scan charts I've not actually ever seen before, which is kind of fun for me. Because I now have a different kind of scanner. So we'll see how that works. And yes, there is a nozzle check right at the top of that image, but I know that that part of the image isn't actually scanned. So, all right, let's zoom. Now, I'm just going to make you guys deal with the bad angle. You know, I should have thought this through a little bit better on positioning, but it is what it is, y'all. All right, here we go. Now, how many of you guys in the chat, let me know if you guys hand powder, like on a regular basis. If you're a hand powderer or if you're a automated dryer shaker person. So I'm going to get the hot melt powder. I like to use a cookie sheet. They have, if you have a 24-inch printer, they got really nice ones. If you have a bigger printer like an Epson, a Roland, or a Mamaki, those 31-inch or up to 36-inch rolls are hard to deal with. So I wouldn't suggest hand powdering. So you kind of put a little bit in the middle. You guys see right there. Actually, I'm going to turn it like this so you can see better. And just kind of roll it back and forth till you get all the powder covering all of the ink. There you go. And then try to do this without making a huge mess. You flick it just to knock off any of the excess powder. There we go. And I didn't make a zoom in on my oven. I got my oven set at 275. Have a timer on here set for 60 seconds, but I know from experience it's going to take a little longer than 60 seconds. All right. So Maria, I don't have Super Chat set up. I'm too small of a channel right now. I'm very close to having Super Chats. I think I have to have 1,000 subs, and we're like 920 something right now. So we're real close.
That means tell your friends, folks.
The sass is high with this one.
You shouldn't have put me on a microphone.
So your nozzle check is printing too far over. So it's probably because your margin is something got screwed up with your margin. Or yeah, usually it's a margin that causes the nozzle check to print too far over. So I would check what your margin is set at. What?
I had an.
Oop, there's the beeper.
Why is it beeping? Are we all going to die?
No, it's because the timer's done.
Oh.
But I'm going to look at it. And we are not quite cured yet. So I'm going to give another 30-ish seconds.
I'm good over here. I just
Sweet.
had an idea. That was my idea.
Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. Yeah, Super Chats, those are fun. I've not ventured into that realm because I never did it at Superstore because we just didn't do that. But yeah. All right. Let's see. We are very close. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper. And I have yet to do, one of the things I want to do at some point soon is a side-by-side test. Because my gut says there's no difference doing it on paper versus doing it on a t-shirt. But I don't know that for sure. So that's my 2 cents on it right now. All right. Let me hop up here so you don't have to look at my rear end. Say hi, Josie.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Tell everybody what you're doing in 2 weeks.
I'm moving to college. Yay.
So Josie turned 18 back in May, and she's heading to college. And do you like the heat in Arizona, Josie?
No.
So Josie's moving to Minnesota.
What better way to get away from the heat?
So that's fun. Here. So can you guys see the orange peel texture on that? Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It looks so texturized.
Orange peel texture, baby. That's what we're going for. Okay. All right. And I'm using my Stahl's Hottronics 1620 auto clam. That's what I'm using for pressing. Lovely thing is when it's done, it pops up on its own. Look at that. And that film was already peeling off because it is a glorious, glorious hot peel. Now, on paper, I don't know that I need a second press. You know what? Let's just do a second press anyway, just because. So I'm going to throw some T-seal on there and give another little press. And I don't need to go as long, so pop that up. And let's see how this scanning works. Because like I said, I've not used the i1 IO table with Neo Stampa before. So this is a new thing. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. Let's go to GoPro Cam. There we go. So just going to cut it down a little bit to have it fit a little nicer on here. Okay. So I place it on here, and then this scanner or the table has a pretty cool little feature where I turn on static, and what it does is it will hold down the fabric, in this case, the paper, whatever you're using, it holds it down super, super flat. So let's go to PC with Cam. There we go. And let's jump back over to Neostampa Calibration Wizard, and we're going to measure our linearization chart. And this looks very similar to the other ones that I do. So one of the things that Neostampa does that I actually really, really like is they allow you to scan multiple times. And what that does is they do a weighted average of the 3 scans. And so, and normally I do that just to kind of mitigate scanning error issues, but because this is automated, it should be pretty perfect from a scanning standpoint. So let's just do 1 for now. Let's just do 1 scan, and let's hit start. There's a problem opening the I1. Let's see. Start. I got power. Oh, I wonder if it's because I had this open from earlier. I bet it is. Let me close down all the other devices that might use. That's probably what my problem is. That's exactly what my problem was. Cool. All right, let's go back over here to the GoPro so you guys can see this. Okay, and it's saying on Neostampa for me to insert page 1. I've only got 1 page. Okay, see it move out. And what it's asking me to do is move. So this is normally I scan kind of each. Oh, look, they even have a little number here telling me. You guys probably can't see it because my GoPro can't zoom. But there are little numbers here showing me which one I should scan. So move the visor to the center of the corners of the target and press the button for each one. So I'm going to move there's a little crosshair right here, and I'm going to put it in the middle of it. And I'm going to push the scan button here, and I'll push the scan button here. And what this is doing is it's registering each corner of my chart. And so that way, even if I put the chart on kind of askew a little crooked, it will find it. Here we go. Oh, wait, you went to home? Maybe it's doing its calibration. Yep. Oh, that's a spot. That's taking forever. I don't want to do that. How do I stop? Stop it. So I switched it. I'm trying to cancel it. Stop. Stop. It says it's aborting, but it's not. Let me explain to you guys what I did. So I was having trouble with it connecting, and so I changed it from scan to spot because I thought that might be the issue. I forgot to change it back to scan. So it says it's aborting. It's still kind of working and thinking. Let's see what happens. Jack, what is it? It's sorcery. It's witchcraft and sorcery. That's what it is. It's the x-rite I1 IO table. And it is an automated. There we go. Okay, it went back to home finally. Okay, so let me get this started again. Let me get the scan started again. So I want to do scan start. Okay, please insert page 1. Done. Okay, it moved out. Pop back over here to GoPro so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to center it on the top corner. And Jack, I will tell you what this is in just a second once I get the scan going. And back over here, I'm going to click OK. That's going to bring it back. It has a white calibration tile under that arm, and it's just doing its calibration check to make sure that it is calibrated properly. Okay, There it goes. That is what I wanted it to do. So, Jack, what this is the x-rite i1 IO automated scanning table. It is really expensive. The combo here goes for about $7,000 or $8,000. So for most of you guys that are out there just running your shops, you don't need the whole table. You really can get away with just a scanner like this one. This is the i1 Pro 3 Basic. I also have the i1 Pro 3 Plus. The reason I got this is because I do a lot of shops where I'm doing a lot at the shop and multiple things. And so I felt like it would benefit me to have the scanner doing stuff faster. Because especially when I'm scanning the ICC chart, it takes me upwards of an hour to scan those. And if I could have it scanning while I'm doing something else, that gives a lot more value to the shop that I'm at. So that's what it is. If you guys are interested, the older model is expensive too. Yes. If you guys are interested in an x-rite product, I don't sell them, but my friends at Colorcasters do. So reach out to me and I'll connect you with them if you're in the market for an i1 product. All right, let's get back over here. So we've scanned our data and I'm going to click OK. So the white is all over the place because this technically is printing white. And if I had pressed this on a black shirt, we would see the white kind of change color. It would get like lighter and lighter. But linearizing the white is cool that it can do it, but I don't need to do it. So we do have these crazy values with the white. But look at, so this is our linearization. So the reason why linearization is super, super important is because if like my file was calling for 20, let's see, like this right here is 20% cyan. And then let's say I asked it for 30% cyan. Did it give me 10% more? No, it didn't. And look how flat it gets at the top. So the whole point of this is to allow the printer to do a better job on mixing colors properly. So you can have a really good ICC profile, but if your linearization is like this, it's going to print like horribly because when you make subtle adjustments to colors, it's going to either not adjust at all or adjust super dramatically. So I'm going to click OK. Now the thing that I love about Neostampa is they do a relinearization. So they don't just say one linearization, you're good. Especially with how far off a lot of machines are on their linearization. This allows us to go in and say, here's our linearization. Let's print it out and see if we were as close as we thought we were. So I'm going to open this.
Do you have a pen and paper?
A pen and paper? This is a print shop.
Oh, wait, I have my iPad.
I'm just kidding.
I just can't do math in my head. My math teachers would be
proud. So let's print this.
I'm using the area formula in my real life for the first time ever.
You're using the area formula?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do?
Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I'm doing my own thing.
All right. So this is the relinearization. And again, I like the relinearization because it fine-tunes that linearization data. The more accurate your linearization is to make it a really truly a straight line, the better it's going to print. And so, yeah. All right. If you guys got some questions, definitely let me know in the chat. If you just hopped on, we are building an ICC profile in Neostampa using my new fancy schmancy automated x-rite i1 IO table. So that was our first linearization scan. We got that done. Now we're working on our relinearization, which I don't know how many other RIP softwares do relinearizations. I know Digital Factory does not. They just do one linearization and call it a day. And I think for maybe like higher precision printers, like a high-end Epson, a high-end Roland, like we're talking about like vinyl printers or solvents and stuff like that. I think they can get away with one linearization because you're talking about a little more precise device. I think most DTF printers are not super precise. And so that linearization is a bigger step. And I think it benefits from having a relinearization. I'm hand powdering because I don't want to run it through the dryer shaker. This is the process that I go through for hand powdering. If you've never hand powdered before, this is how you do it. Anytime I'm doing profiling, I'm often hand powdering because it's easier to do that than running it through the machine. And it also wastes a lot less film to do it that way. All right, I'm going to pop it into my Phoenix Air curing oven from DTF Station. And if you don't know, if this is your first time watching a live stream from me, DTF Station is a sponsor of my YouTube channel. And so we got all the stuff in here. And if you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, one of the main reasons why I partner with DTF Station is because their machines, come out of the box pretty much ready to go. I'm doing this because I'm testing my I1IO table and I like to tweak stuff. But the other reason I like their stuff is because it just works really well. This thing I actually left for 16 days without printing, like without even touching it. And it actually worked really quite well. So, I just released that video yesterday on what it took and like the whole process of getting it back up and going. What do we got there?
I did it.
Nice. Those are going to be like a couple inches. You want them a couple inches?
Yeah, I don't want them super big.
Oh, no, I think that's too. I think that's big. Because normally patterned.
Well, yeah, like
patterned
these are
fabrics
bigger.
usually smaller.
I mean, I can make this smaller and do 6.
It's up to you.
Because what I did was
make them a little smaller and give more open space.
Okay,
like
so like
more of the fabric to show through. What?
Nothing. Just gonna press Command Z a lot.
What's that?
Don't worry about me. Oh, stop. Oh, no, don't stop. Keep good. Keep good. Keep good. There we go. I fixed it.
I will show you guys in a little bit what she's working on. She's working on a
so do you think if I just
on pattern fabric, we're gonna make some pattern fabric for her to use to fill in some holes on her jeans. So we got some purple fabric. Purple's the school color, and we're just gonna print basically a pattern on it with DTF, press it on it, and then she's gonna sew it into the jeans. So, all right. And if you're new here, yeah, I use paper. All right. And if you're just hopping on the live stream, feel free to ask any questions you've got. Happy to answer them, even if they're not necessarily pertaining to this. But we are building an ICC profile. And hopefully you guys will get a little indication, a little insight as to the fact that it's not just a super quick process, because you really want to take the steps. You want to take your time to make sure that all of your steps are being done properly and completely. And you want to make sure that your results don't get skewed by a mistake, because that can and does happen. If you make a mistake in one part of the profile, it can mess up the whole thing. So alrighty. Hot. Goodness gracious. All right. So where did I put that one? Okay. So I want you guys to see how different these guys look. So this is the first one that came out. See how heavy it is, how dark it is over here, and see how it has a better transition now. That's showing that linearization. We should expect it to start reducing immediately as soon as it starts, because this square here is 100, and that square is 0 or like 0.5. That square is 0. All right, let's switch cameras over so you guys can see. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. And again, if you guys got questions, get them in the chat. Let me know if you wonder what I'm doing, what I'm up to. So I will tell you, I'm using the T-seal, but sometimes it leaves lint from like the previous press. I don't know if it'll catch it here, right there. There's a little piece of lint right there. So it generally shouldn't screw up the scan results at all, because it's doing an average. The scanner does an average of the entire square. So what I just turned on is the static charge that kind of holds this paper down and in place. Or in the case of a shirt, it will hold the shirt down in place. So let's go back over here, go to, sorry, y'all. Go back to Neo Stamp a Calibration Wizard, and we're going to measure. And we're going to make sure we do scan. Just do one time and hit start. And yep, insert page 1. There we go. And I'm going to line up the crosshair to the top corner, the bottom corner, and the bottom right, and then now the bottom left. Okay. And then I'm going to click OK. It's going to bring the arm back up. And again, I mentioned this before. It's got a little white tile under there, and it does that to verify the scanner's working right. It's a calibration thing. And here we go. Now, honestly, this normally would take me 10 minutes or so of scanning, and it's done in less than a minute. So, yeah, this is why I got this, is because it's going to super increase it's going to increase my time dramatically.
Decrease.
Increase my time being able to help the shop.
I guess both work in both scenarios.
Both work, I guess. I don't know. Okay, back here. Here we go. And we've got that. Scan is done. So you won't see it here. You'll see it more when we do the ICC chart. It lets you know if you scanned a wrong color, it'll show you the color represented here. But obviously, another reason I got this machine is for less possibility of errors in scanning. Look at that. So it was really close linearized. Like, it did a really good job the first time, but this just kind of made some subtle tweaks to it just to dial it in. And I cannot tell you, I'm realizing linearization is the key. It is the thing that makes the machines work differently. Every machine works a little differently. And one of the things I'm like kind of working out is some kind of way to scan and standardize like what that linearization looked like, so that if you change a print head or something like that, you can just relinearize and it should bring you back into that spec. But yeah, I got way too many ideas and not enough time to execute all of them yet. So, all right, relinearize done. Clicked OK. And one of the things you'll notice is I think it limited one of them to like 95 or 90. And so some RIP softwares make you choose, like based on your eye, where you should limit individual ink channels, like you do your gross limits. That was the first one, the rough ink limit or the ink limit. But the thing I like about NeoStamp is it chooses based on the scan data where it should maybe limit a specific color. So I like that they do that. They don't leave it to chance. They actually use the scanned information to do that. So linearization's done. This is your gray component replacement, and this is how the gray is built. There are different options in here. I have used multiple versions of it, as well as Jim Raffle at Colorcasters. He is a G7 trainer. He was my G7 trainer. And now we've been able to partner on some projects. So it's a lot of fun. But he thought the same thing. He's like, it just works. It works really well. And his goal, and it's becoming my goal too for sure, but is that we hit G7 gray. And I can explain that later, but he's hitting it using all the defaults. And that's a really, really good thing. So the beauty of this is we can use defaults. There is an image I could print here if I wanted to test and check all the different combinations of blacks. But in my experience, at least on NeoStampa, this has worked across the board. And even in Digital Factory CADLink, their default gray component replacement is actually pretty good. So now I'm going to print out my charts. So I've got a couple options here. I have a medium, which is 738 patches, a large, which is 1,530 patches, and a very large, which is 2,250.
Oh my gosh.
Or I could do custom, which I haven't looked at these ones for the i1IO. Do they have the IT8 NF old? I'm sorry, this is my first time seeing this, so I'm just kind of taking a glance at it to see what we're working with. Okay.
We're all learning alongside you.
So, yep.
Some more than others. The others being me. Like some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take this information and rule the world. Yep.
Yeah, it's my plan.
All right, so I think I am going to go with large. In my experience, no, very large would be going crazy.
No.
In my experience, getting around 2,000 swatches, give or take a little bit, is usually giving you a better result. This was based on working in Digital Factory and some other softwares that didn't do relinearization. I have done scans with just 738, and they seem to come out really good. So I'm still playing around with that in NeoStampa just because I think their linearization is so much better that you don't need as many color swatches to adjust that calibration, because when it changes a certain amount, like the better linearization makes the ICC profile work better. But for today, let's do 1530. And sweet. So it's going to say awesome. I was wondering about this because I have a limited amount of space on this scan table, so I can't make like a big old long swatch. So I was wondering what it would do. So it is asking me, yep, so let's do page 1 first and print it. Make sure I mirror it. Okay. Step 5A, save. I'm doing A and B just so it doesn't save it as the same name. There it goes. Ripping, cool. And then I probably need to do print page 2. Okay. Make sure it's mirrored. Okay. And yep, it tried to save it as the same name, so I'm going to do 5B. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start the first one printing. Look at that. Look at that beauty.
Looks like a rainbow threw up.
So the previews never look right on Print EXP digital or DTF Station Pilot. They never look right.
It looks like a rainbow threw up.
Okay, let's switch over to here and let you guys watch this sucker print.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
I
ran over your car's blanket.
It's cold in here.
It's not that cold.
I went and warmed myself by the heat press.
It's actually probably warmer than it really should be.
It's 76.
Ooh,
I'm in a tank top.
I got a better idea. Y'all ready for this?
Woohoo!
Nope, wrong one. Here we go.
That's really awkward.
You guys want to see what's going on over here? Here we go. There's what it looks like.
Wow. That does not look like unicorn vomit.
No, it shouldn't look like unicorn vomit. It should look like a bunch of really nice colors. That's what it should look like.
How would you like me to save my... Oh, when you're done, can I use your fancy color thing?
Yeah.
Thanks. Wow. Cinematographer over there. Zoom in, zoom out.
All right, back to this camera so I don't shake all over the place. All right.
I could be your cameraman.
Let's pull. I'm going to pull this one off so I can start powdering it, and we'll get the other one started. And this is the other reason, guys, that I went with the... I could have gotten just the i1 IO table and used my Pro 3 Plus on it. But that, because of the size of the aperture on it, it creates very large charts. So this is allowing me to build, like, have smaller charts that print faster. That's really the whole reason I got the other one. So let's switch over here. Here we go. So I have a couple ways I can do this. I've already got some powder over here, and I can kind of pile it up if I want to and reuse it, like on top of it. Or I can just dump some fresh powder on it. It's like whatever. So, but I do this a lot, so this is what I like to do it.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Oop, let me turn it so you guys can see it. See what I'm doing here. And again, we just kind of want to roll it back and forth so it coats everything nice and even. There we go. And when we're done, we just want to flick it. I'm trying to flick kind of away from my scanning table because I don't want to get that covered in any dust. All right, and we're going to go into our Phoenix Air curing oven. I'm going to set that for 60 seconds. Meanwhile, my printer just stopped, so let me scoot this down here. And guys, this is just a basic cookie sheet from literally Walmart. I literally go to Walmart and I buy these things. There's a really big one that is at a lot of Walmarts that is great for 24-inch printers. But because I have just a 12-inch printer here, I don't need the big one. So
I can confirm he did buy it at Walmart.
All right, let's turn it here so you guys can watch.
Is it bad? That looks kind of appetizing.
Yes, because this is not good stuff. This
well,
is stuff...
obviously, but like it's like the aquarium rocks that, like, if it was edible, they'd be delicious.
What?
Have you
aquarium rocks?
Yeah, or like Orbeez.
I get Orbeez because they kind of look a little bit like almost like a just a round fruit snack, like an unshaped fruit snack.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You don't get aquarium rocks?
No, I don't get aquarium rocks. Guys, I'm sorry you're having to hear the insanity of my daughter.
Yo.
All right.
Take a little offense to that.
So you should take offense to it. All right, so I've got one of them curing on this side, the other one curing over here. What's that?
I'm cold.
It's really not that cold in here. All right, so one of those is going to finish quicker than the other. I'm going to take this opportunity to scoot this down here. And if you have like little clumps that show up in your powder, like I have a little bit of a clump in my powder right now, you can just use a sifter, like a standard household sifter, to get rid of some of those clumps or to break them down. All right, I need 12 inches. For this one. And that's done. It needs about another 30 seconds in there.
Great angle of your arm in the back of your chair.
Yep. Oh, that's Terribly exciting. I know.
Wow, the front of your chair.
Yep. The only thing I didn't really get, like I got the camera over the i1 IO. Isn't it get a good shot of the heat press? Okay, folks, if you didn't see that, the film is already mostly coming off with the transfer is coming off with the heat press rising up. Because this stuff is legit hot peel, and it actually works super, super good. So if you are struggling to find a good hot peel that works consistently, I've had nothing but good luck with the DTF station stuff. So
you realize you have a person in here who could hold your phone camera and film it, right?
Well, you know, information that would have been useful to me 10 minutes ago.
I'll do it for the next one.
Let's do it for the next one. Let's do it for the next one.
Where's your phone? It's not like I'm
Phone is
majoring
right
in
there.
video production or anything. What do I do?
Nothing. There. Now it's on.
Can I? I can't.
You're
see
live.
It.
I know you can't see.
That's terrifying.
All right. Okay.
Whoa! Wow! Ooh!
Trying to do without burning myself. Would you? We're not looking at fireworks or Christmas lights, child. All right, here we go. So the one thing I do have to deal with the paper is it likes to roll up a little bit sometimes. But look at them colors. So beautiful. All right, so it'll be down for 12 seconds and it's going to pop up. And I want the people to see it go and take the film with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Oh, it didn't do it.
It didn't do it quite to the same degree. That is correct. But looks beautiful.
Look at those colors.
Look at them colors.
Look
at all them chickens.
I can't believe we both did that. Why'd you only press it the second time for shorter?
Because I don't need to press it as long. And all the other ones I've done a similar length. All right.
I got it.
Okay, so I've got my 2 scan charts. They say page 1 and page 2 on them. So let me cut this one down. Let's go that camera view. Sweet. I do not need this one anymore. So let me cut this down so it fits on the scan bed. And I couldn't tell where the white started, so I actually was cutting into the ink a little bit, but that's, again, not a big deal. There's a little border on this. All right. Okay, you guys, people are not going to realize how satisfying this is going to be for me, because literally when I would scan charts, I would spend like an hour scanning them, like not even kidding. All right. So let's hop back over here to Calibration Wizard. We're going to measure, and we're going to do a scan. And I think I'm going to do one again. I'll play with, I usually have done average. I've done 3 scans and averaged those 3 scans. But yes, Maria, it is the Quick Glide. And it's actually, I think I'm currently using the Quick Glide V2, which they have a new version, Quick Glide V3, which I've got a roll sitting here. I just haven't put it in yet. But all right, so let's scan this sucker. So we're going to go
Beep, boop,
to
boop, 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 boop.
one time scan and start. Again, the multiple scans is what helps. I usually do it so that it mitigates potential issues or potential problems. So let me actually try. Oh, sweet. Okay. So you guys get to see this time what I'm doing. So square 1, and there's a little button on the side of the x-rite. I'm going to press that. And the location of square 2. And the location of square 3. And then I'm going to click OK. And we'll go to GoPro camera. All right. So now you can see that that chart is not exactly square on the table, but that's why I scan those three corners because it orients it. All right, here we go. So satisfying.
It is very satisfying.
I'm so glad I have this thing. It's going to go so much faster.
Happy birthday.
Jeez Louise. I spent a lot of money this week, everyone. Well, I technically didn't buy this week, but I got home from being out of town for a week and a half, and the AC started misbehaving while I was out of town. And so I got to put in a new air conditioner yesterday or Wednesday. So happy birthday to me. Okay, while that is going, I'm going to do something my daughter was asking me about.
What was I asking you about?
So this is the fabric she's putting on, or she's going to use. We're going to put the pattern on. And she wanted to use this color in her background just for testing. Obviously, we're not going to print this color in the background.
I want to see what it looks like.
She wants to know what it looks like.
You gotta have a good idea.
And so I'm going to use my NYX Spectral L, and I'm going to use the NYX Toolkit app to... So this is the NYX Toolkit app.
Oh, I'm breaking things.
I'm going to connect to my NYX. There it is. Color Gamut Consulting Spectral L. Connect to that. It's connected. I'm just going to move my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm just setting it on the fabric, and I'm going to do a single scan. And single scan. There it is. So it gives me a hex code, an sRGB code, and a CLAB code. So now my daughter can put those values into her background on her computer, which you guys can't see, but that's okay.
So how do I do
that? So hit Shift Delete. No, don't. Yeah, Shift Delete. Shift Delete or backspace, and then color. If you've watched my channel, you know what she's doing right now, which is the Shift Delete thing. Oh, I need to change pages. Let's see. Let me show you guys what we're working with. So it's asking for page 2. So we're gonna put on page 2. I didn't cut it while I was talking. Oh, this static works really good. I can't get it off. There it goes. I turned it off. Whew. Oh, scared for a second. So what Josie is doing right now is she's using Shift Delete to fill a layer.
Where's your phone? I can show them. Oh, I was holding your phone.
Because you need that data.
I already did it though.
If they've watched any video, like literally it's a shortcut I use all the time on my videos.
I did it.
So all right, there we go. Chart number 2. And I'm going to purposefully make this one a little more crooked and just see how that works. Turn on the static, hold it down, and then we're going to go, okay, page 2, got it. And then bring it to square number 1, square number 2, square number 3. Click OK. It's going to go back and hide. Just kidding. It's calibrating itself. If you look, see how it lights up a little bit under there. That's it calibrating. And let's go full GoPro. See how crooked I made it? Let's make sure it scans right. We'll see. Yep. Even though it's a little bit crooked, or a lot of it crooked.
A lot of it crooked.
All right. So back to what I was doing before. So now she's got that value. So she put that color value in the background, and now she has the look that she's going for. Now she's just doing white images only, but that's fine. It's going to look good. It's going to look cool. All right, let's see. How's that scan going? Again, guys, this is another reason, like I said, why I got this is because I can do something else. I can talk to the shop folks. I can talk to people that run the machines. I can ask questions. We can dive into some other stuff while it's doing all the scanning. Normally, I would just have to sit there in silence and scan. And yeah, this is going to be huge because one of the projects. So I'm leaving for Miami and Houston this week. So Monday, I'll leave for Miami. I'll be in Miami Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I'm in Houston Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're doing an ink test. So there's a new ink manufacturer that's wanting to make cartridges for the Mamaki printers. And it's an American-made ink, but they need to run it through, do some testing. So I got 2 shops in Houston that are willing to let me come in and test. And so the first day on Wednesday is a TXF 150. I'm going to run that all day. And then the other 2 days are in a shop with a TXF 300. And I'm going to just literally run prints and build profiles. So that's why I wanted this thing, is because I can have it do scanning while I'm working on other things, because I'm building print modes and profiles for Digital Factory, for Neostampa, and possibly Rasterlink, but we'll see if it works out to do it on that.
What would you like me to export it as?
PNG. Nah, yeah, PNG is fine. Just don't. Yeah, go ahead, do that and see what it says. Hit the drop down. Nope, the other drop down. Yep. Does it give you any options? No, just click on however you're gonna save it. Desktop. That's where everybody saves it. All right, so back to Neostampa.
I have a folder in desktop. I'm saving it too.
And that's all of our scans. Now, if you were doing this manually, I would encourage you to look through these and make sure that the colors are close to what they were expecting. The little inside square is what is expecting. The outside square is kind of what was scanned. So click OK. Says you want to generate a profile now. I'm going to say no because I want to show you some options. So no. So there's a default RGB, colorful RGB, colorful matching. Pretty much everything I've done CMYK, I use the default RGB profile. And this is what's unique about Neostampa, is it builds RGB color profiles for a CMYK printer. I know it's, at first I was like, huh? But I think that's one of the other reasons, like, I think the colors just look better, is because it's building a different kind of ICC profile. So we're just going to do default RGB, normal smoothing. These are all kind of defaults that Neostampa gave me when I did trained with them. All right, I'm going to call this one I1 IO table test, because your boy ends up with like 9 million ICC profiles on my computer. So I need to name them better. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm working with. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's building it out right now. There's one more step I have to do, but that's pretty much it, guys. We linearize. So the very first one with lots of these guys showing up super heavy, and then we relinearize, which we found out that the relinearization was pretty close, and then we print up. Oh, actually, sorry. First, we did ink limiting. Then we did the linearization. And after the linearization was done, we did these lovely scan charts. And literally, when I use my i1 Pro 3, it is a 4-foot long sheet that is 4 foot long by like 20 inches wide. It's gigantic. So the fact that I got 1,500 swatches out of these two guys, I might do 2,250 next time. All right, let's see. It's still thinking. Once it's done thinking, I'll show you the rest of the settings. The other thing you want to do is in Digital Factory, if you're building a profile, it's going to ask you what input profiles you want to use. And on all their videos, they say use sRGB and ISO coded. Those are horrible, horrible input profiles. They're absolutely atrocious. Oh, FYI, we are going to jump on a couple other things because I'm going to show my daughter how to do a couple or show you how she did a couple of things she's working on. So we're not actually going to stop like right here with the ICC profiling. We're still going to do a couple other things.
That's what the Saturday shenanigans are for.
Exactly. Those are the Saturday shenanigans. It's still going. Building the profile takes the computer a little bit for sure. The other thing I love is that it saves all the measurement data. So if I ever did want to go in and try a different setting, like maybe I wanted to try the colorful RGB versus just regular RGB, I could go back in and just use the scan data and just change that particular setting. Ooh, man, Carl's got a great question. Is there a happy medium with having accurate colors with vibrancy? This is something that I think I'm going to knock on the DTF industry a little bit right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think DTF users want saturation over accuracy in many cases. But I think it's because their equipment, unless they built their own profiles, was not very accurate. And there are a lot of really strong color people in other segments of the printing industry, in offset, in litho, in solvents, in other inkjet-based stuff. There's very few G7 like really strong color experts in DTF. It's one of the reasons I decided to go the route I did, is because there's not very many of us. And not very many of the people in the print color space are going over to DTF because it's such a weird thing. Like the adhesive powder, the white underbase. These are concepts that are just kind of foreign to a lot of those folks. So, so I think, and the other thing is that with Digital Factory being the primary or the main RIP software that's really most people are using it or have used it. And when they tell you to use sRGB as an input profile, that input profile is literally limiting your colors. So even though your printer's capable of some more vibrant colors, that sRGB color profile is actually limiting it. Because if you think about it, if we set that input profile to sRGB and there's a color over here that the printer can do, but sRGB doesn't do that color, it won't try to print that higher quality color. So, so I think that as we do a better job of getting good ICC profiles, both the printer side of it, but also better input profiles, I think that it becomes a pointless conversation because our accuracy is also quite vibrant. I also think that the extended colors help with that accuracy and vibrancy as a combination. I think if you're trying to do fluorescent colors, yes, I can integrate fluorescence into an ICC with Neostampa. However, if you're pushing or wanting that like poppy fluorescent color, you should use spot colors for pushing that a little more saturated. Hey, Kevin. I hope that answered your question, Carl. I think we're getting better. The industry is getting better. We're getting there. And the reason I haven't done an official like edited video of how to build an ICC profile like I'm doing here is because I'm still trying to answer some of those rabbit trail questions, those ones that go off the rails a little bit. I can build a really great ICC profile. I can set your shop up with one that looks amazing and looks better than what you've printed on before. But I think there's still some unanswered questions within the DTF industry and how this stuff works. So, all right, Preacher. How would you go about trying to recreate some original sister HTV colors? Ooh. Give me a minute. I'll show you. I'll show you how I would try it. It's probably, depending on the color, it may not hit it because there are definitely some physical colors that are just darn near impossible, at least with the CMYK. Us old timers started out screen printing, went to HTV or DTG, and of course now we're all DTF. Yeah, so I always joke around about HTV being the gateway drug for garment decorating because you can buy a Cricut for a couple $100.
That's what HTV is?
Heat transfer vinyl. So for those of you who just joined this conversation, there's my daughter,
everybody.
Josie. Yeah, HTV is heat transfer vinyl.
It's really cold in here,
so
I have a blanket.
She's such a wuss. And you're moving to Minnesota, and you find it cold.
I have a tank top on. I'm not gonna wear a tank top in Minnesota.
Whatever. Anyway, heat transfer vinyl is also like your Disneyland jersey shirt.
Oh, the puff stuff?
Yeah, that puff is heat transfer vinyl. And you use a Caesar. Caesar is a brand of vinyl as well as cutters and stuff like that. But Cricut is a cheap entry level.
I want a Cricut.
So let me show you how I would do that. Give me a minute. We're gonna actually use the profile we just built and we'll try it. Let's see. We got a couple of questions that came through fast and furious. So let's answer them and then we'll get back to some printing. Yeah, you will be able to. When we're done up there, you're going to have some good grays, some great grays, some really good navies, and probably some very, very good golds. Golds can be a little finicky. On the extended color machines, the golds are ridiculous. Color's not saturation. Yes, correct. And we do want accurate colors, but sometimes we want colors that like are popping, and that's a horrible word because there's no like definitive what does popping mean? What does poppy mean? What does vibrant mean? It means something to one person, but maybe not somebody else. Anyway.
It's subjective.
It is subjective.
It's a subjective adjective.
Give me all accuracy all day long. Yep. Yeah. So a lot of people use sRGB because that's what Digital Factory tells you to use. Also, you want to use the relative colorimetric rendering intent. But yeah, Grackle 2006 is a great one. It basically Adobe 98 and Grackle are bigger than what this printer is going to be able to do. So we really want the input profile to be bigger than our printer's profile capability. That's what we want. Use NIX Mini 3. Yep, that'll do fine. The accuracy is going to be better the higher level you go. So whether it's a NIX Spectral L, you're going to get a little bit better accuracy and capability out of that. And then obviously going to something like the x-rite is even higher level of accuracy.
See, the people think I'm funny. You should have me on more often.
They think I'm funny. They've not once specified if you're the funny
but they're
or I'm the
agreeing
funny.
with me.
It is what
I think I'm the funny.
How does someone get you to create an ICC profile? You shoot me an email because that's probably the best way to get a hold of me.
colorgamutconsulting@gmail.com.
Hey, Josie. Look at that.
I'm just, I'm being a salesperson for you. You should hire me for sales of selling your time.
So an ICC profile requires being on site to do it. So if you just have one machine that just needs a profile, everything else is working well. It's just one day. It's like $2,500. I have had a couple shops that kind of in the same area went together, so they share the travel costs. So if you get like two shops to join together, it splits that $1,500 travel cost in half. But yeah, that's how you email me and let me know what you need. Yep, exactly. I think if we get accuracy dialed in and get the full capability of what the printer is able to do, that's going to be a win for us. Okay, so I've now got my profile built. So here we are. I'm going to hit next. A lot of times I'll print a test chart or test image, but I'm not going to do that right now. But I do want to set my input, my rendering intent to relative colorimetric. And I've talked about it on a lot of different ones, different broadcasts, live streams about why we use a different rendering intents. I'm not going to bog down this particular live stream with that right now, unless y'all need that explained. But relative colorimetric is what you want to use. I1 IO test. All right. So it's building that print mode for me, or the scheme. Neostampa calls them schemes, not print modes. Same thing. Just
they bougie names. Like that.
They be bougie. For those of you who don't know, Neostampa, which is my favorite rip. I do love Digital Factory, but Neostampa is by far my favorite rip for color.
Mine
it
too.
Just looks so good.
So anyway,
great. They are they come from a pedigree of high-end fashion. So sublimation. Oh, you didn't know this?
No.
Okay, hold on.
You don't.
I what?
You don't tell me things.
They are from like sublimation and digital textile printing in like Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Gucci. Like I don't know exactly which ones, but a bunch of like high-end fashion uses Neostampa.
So you're like.
So we're making DTF fabulous. I make it work.
So my fabric is designer.
I mean,
yeah. The correct answer is yes.
Designer adjacent.
The correct answer is yes.
Designer adjacent. We're gonna call it designer adjacent. All right, back to this. Sorry, guys. So, Preacher is asking about how to get a specific color. So I'm gonna exit out of my calibration wizard, Neostampa. So let's create a new thing. I1 IO test. Here we go. And that's also the reason why their gang sheet goes sideways instead of top down, is because people that do digital textile printing like this kind of a layout. Honestly, that's why. All right, so let's do. I'm gonna bring just a kind of a random image in here. Actually, let's do an all white one. You can't see it. Let me change the background color. There we go. All right, let's resize that down to 10. Okay, so Preacher, let's say you want, what's something I can do? Let's say that Caesar HTV was like an orangish color. Let's do this. So we're going to do a color replacement, and we're going to select this white. Now, obviously, this is like normally you would be doing the same color, like you got an orange in there, you're trying to reproduce that same orange color. I'm going to go totally crazy on this one. So I'm going to use the orange from this little like part from Home Depot bag. We're gonna try to match this orange. And I believe now I haven't done it. No device connected. Let me grab.
You broke it.
I didn't break it. I just can't do spot color scanning with the i1 IO table. So let me get out my i1 Pro 3 Plus real quick. And this in Neostampa is so superior to any other rip when it comes to matching colors. So plug this in.
It's so much smaller.
It's just the scanner. The scanner is the same thing that's in there. I could actually use this scanner on that table if I wanted to. All right, so let me go in here. I'm going to connect i1 Pro 3 Plus, M1 D50 Number of samples, 3. Got it. So it's asking me to place it on the calibration. This little white dot, that's what was on the table there. So, Preacher, you're showing your age, homie. You're showing your age right now.
That's not very nice of you. You should be nice to your...
I didn't say it was nice, but it was accurate. He already said by his experience. Probably the most experienced person on this live stream right now. Okay, anyway. So calibrating it. I.O is not calibrated.
Little do you know, I've been in the garment decorating business for the past 45 years.
Have you now?
Yep.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Since you were...
let me disconnect my table. It might be...
1.
It might be confusing my system right now. I think he was actually finding you funny on that one, Josie.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Yep. The fact that I had 2 scanners plugged in at the same time was confusing it. It doesn't surprise me. Okay. So now it's asking to read it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that camera view. Beautiful. Move these guys out of the way. I just want a white background so I'm not fighting with anything. So I'm going to put it down here. This is just like at Home Depot, guys. This literally is like the Home Depot scanner. Just not at Home Depot.
Preacher's been doing it since 2009. I was 2.
Nice. So I click on the button. It's going to scan it. 1, 2, 3. There's my orange color. It just scanned that orange in. So now I should be able to do variations. Whoops, wrong mouse. Yes. This is what I love about NeoStampa, guys. It produces variations for me. And I can tell it to what degree I want it to deviate from it. So let's do an 8% deviation and 4 steps. And what it does is it creates this lovely chart here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get rid of this thing right now. I don't really need it. And auto nest that real quick. And let's print it. And I'm just going to name, that's fine. I don't think I've named it here. Blah, 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 blah.
Riveting.
What's riveting?
Rah, 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 rah.
Doing it since 2009, baby. All right. Oh, is it already done? It's already done ripping.
That was quick.
All right. Yes, it is quick. Yep, there it is. All right, let's print this. And let's we're going to print it, and then we're going to we'll probably powder it and cure it and press it. There it goes. All right. And we'll see how close we can match to that Home Depot bag. Again, this is why I like the way NeoStampa does it, is because with Digital Factory, when you try to print color swatches, it's hard to like baseline it off of something. Whereas with this, we can actually scan it, and then it lets us choose how we associate that grid. One of the things you can do is you can tell it to, instead of using an RGB value or a lab value, you can tell it to use the printer's output values. So what it's doing is it's basically creating a device spot color for you. So here are, see how they're a little bit different tones all throughout?
Yep.
Thanks, Jose.
I didn't want it to be like Dora, where you just sit there and you kind of wait for them to answer, but nobody answers because it's Dora.
You're saying I'm Dora?
Yeah.
Do you guys see Swiper?
Do you have something that can? Do you see something that can help?
How do I cure this transfer? Do you guys see something I can use to cure this transfer?
Muy bien!
Oh, good Lord. All right, cure that sucker.
Should have me on the show more often. I bring some youth, some livelihood, some Gen Z
livelihood?
pizzazz.
Some livelihood.
That's what I said.
That's not, no. Liveliness.
Oh.
Your livelihood is in danger if people stop watching my channel because you're shenanigans. I'm just kidding. You're fine.
I'm saying I bring some
Right,
Gen Z
let's
pizzazz.
See. Oh, hey, while we're waiting on that to cure, I'm going to show you guys something fun. So I was in a shop this last week, 2 weeks ago in Florida, and
Those
these
look scrumptious.
daughter says it looks scrumptious.
The fruit.
These three were printed on 3 different printers. 2 of them were 6 heads. 1 of them was an 8 head. And I did a comparison scan of all these, and they are within like 1.4 delta E, meaning it is imperceptible the difference between each one of them.
I couldn't tell.
Turn that off. This is always my least favorite part, is trying to get this thing off without burning myself.
You know, there's this thing
Which
called tongs.
No. DTF Station actually ships their oven with a glove. But where's my glove?
Or glove.
Where's my glove? Look, DTF Station ships it with a
That
glove.
looks like a Hot Tools glove. Like the glove that comes when you get like a curling
Look.
iron.
DTF Station. Yeah, it totally does.
It doesn't say DTF Station on it, though.
Correct. This is better because it says DTF Station on it. There we go. All right. Let's, whoops.
Juice smear.
I grabbed it. That's what happens when Jeremy's, Jeremy, I messed it up. What if that one's the perfect one? I just screwed it all up. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Yeah. Preacher, did you ever see any of my stuff when I was at DTF Superstore? My editors, the editors I had working with me at one point, did a super cut of every time I burned myself.
Can we make that a TikTok, please?
It was a lot. I don't think it ever saw the light of day. Like just
that
just
would be
got
a great
handed around.
TikTok.
However, I do have video of me breathing.
Yes.
One of my editors did every single time I took a breath. Like it was painful.
I think Preacher's saying yes to my TikTok idea. Or they.
Oh.
Cheaper. Did it turn off?
It got turned off.
Wasn't me, guys.
Whatever.
I've been sitting here.
Okay, well.
My own business.
My temperature's all the way down to 160 on the heat press, so I'm going to press it a little longer, and ultimately I just want to get the film off of it because you really don't want to check colors with the film on it because it is a slightly frosted, cloudy, slightly opaque film. And so it's going to be hard to see the actual represented color that will be the final result.
We have a request for Jeremy bloopers. Can I edit it so it's extremely unhinged? Can we do like a color gamut consulting? I don't know. Grew legs and walked away.
It did grow legs and walk away. All right.
Color gamut consulting edited by a Gen Z person.
Okay. So obviously cameras are not the best way to do this, y'all, because cameras are a little bit deceptive. But I think...
It should be like Q's and Q's. We should both make our guess.
We've got a lot of
tell me if I'm
options.
right.
There's no being right or wrong. It's just...
I think I have mine.
Which one do you think it is?
That one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
not
too
quite.
light.
Yeah, it's a little too light. So So the beauty, so if you guys see, I'm going to try to get in real close so you guys can see if it focuses. It's not going to focus that close.
It's an iPhone camera.
So it gives me the lab value. So because we scanned it in with the scanner, it's basing off of a lab value. And actually, which one was the actual one that it said was the right scan? Hold on one second. Oh, so it thinks it's this top one.
Oh, maybe that's why it's by itself.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty like
it looks right in person. It doesn't on camera.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look right on camera, but it looks right in person. So I showed this because you might not always be accurate because it might be a color that's not possible to be printed by the computer or by the printer. So some colors are just impossible to print. But this did a pretty good job of doing it right from the original scan. But I like to show this as a way of just testing different colors. So, Preacher, how you get your Caesar HTVs to match your DTF prints is Neostampa with an x-rite. It might work with the NICS. It's just going to be, it might not be as accurate. It just depends on your setup. Yep. And I wanted to pick something that was like really odd. Honestly,
should have done my 20-year-old cars blanket.
Should have done the 20-year-old cars blanket.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next?
Josie's thing.
Josie's thing. All right. Let's open up.
And you were about to let Josie. It's in there somewhere.
It is.
You were gonna let Josie edit a video of your bloopers, like Gen Z unhinged style. That was the next thing we were gonna do. You were gonna.
I'm not doing that right now. I don't have all my bloopers saved. I should not have that many bloopers. I had way more bloopers when I had a team working with me.
Can I but it'll be funny. Like I'll just edit a video.
So this is
make your head explode or something like that.
So I'm going to show you something. Now it's all white, so it doesn't really matter. But there's little semi-transparent pixels around the edge. If we were trying to print an actual color, this would cause a problem for us. But it doesn't really. Let's see. How big are the holes in your pants? We're printing this.
Do you want me to go get them?
Well, no, I'm just wondering. Are they?
There's different sized holes.
No, I know, but are any of them like a lot bigger than 12 inches?
Well, no, you're just gonna print it, and I'm just gonna cut it.
No, I know. I'm just trying to decide if I want to change this pattern a little bit because if we offset these grids, it'll look a little bit better printed out as a pattern.
Well, no, I think the biggest one is in like my back pocket, and my phone falls out.
Sure. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this down to just one of these sections, and then I'm going to offset them a little bit.
Got it.
Just because when you make a pattern, it looks better when they're kind of offset from each other and you don't see the repeating pattern as much. So that's what I'm going to do on this. So I'm going to...
Lesson learned, everybody.
Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Hold on.
Josie did it wrong.
No, you didn't do it wrong. You did a good job.
I did the only way I know how.
Exactly. All right, so let's go to this. I can actually crop it in Neostampa. So let's delete.
Bougie.
I'm going to download here. And we're also going to show you some tiling options in Neostampa. Oops, sorry.
Is there a way you can turn my mic off so I can go inside really fast?
You can just
take it off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go put a sweatshirt on and grab my jeans.
So I'm going to add the image that we just downloaded.
I'll be back. I'll be back, everybody. Don't miss me too much.
All right, so I'm going to crop this, and love the crop tool in Neostampa.
Oh, it's dark out.
Yeah, we've been in here a while, honey. So the crop tool is beautiful. So there we go. Crop that. Okay. Now, let's see. I don't want to do mosaic unless I can offset them. I've not tried to offset them. Let's see. What other options do we have? Tiling? No. Let's see. Mosaic. That's not going to offset it, though. Okay, so maybe I can't do what I thought I was going to be able to do. Tiling? Weird. So in Digital Factory, you can do this kind of like automatically, but it's fine. I'm going to use some shortcuts. So for those of you who have ever used a RIP software like Digital Factory or Flexi, none of your normal shortcuts work. In Neostampa, I can hit Control D and it duplicates it. I can hit Control C, Control V, and it copies and pastes it. All of your kind of normal shortcuts work in Neostampa. It's pretty fantastic. So let's see. Can I do an offset? Will it be helpful to do an offset? Whoops. Oh, also you can undo, guys. Undo.
It's still cold in here.
I'm trying to offset it, my dear.
Is it not working?
I don't know yet.
That worked.
Yeah. Control D.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. Did you miss me?
I bet they missed you terribly, Josie.
It's gone for a really long time. I had to go get my craft supplies.
Getting your what?
My jeans and my scissors and the thread and the needle.
Oh, baby, there we go.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
How big is your fabric?
Half a yard.
Half a yard.
$4.99.
Ow, I just stabbed myself.
Oh, yeah, there's a pin in there.
All right. We got a question that popped up. Yes. If you have an R2 Pro, yes, you should use DTF Station Pilot. One of the things that they added to it was a film feed feature, meaning you can feed out your film at the same speed the rest of your stuff printed.
I discovered a new hole.
Is this 2 feet wide? No, it's like 1.5 feet wide.
Well, a yard is, wide? I don't know.
Yeah, like this direction. So I'm just trying to decide which is the best way for us to print. All right, y'all. Just FYI, we're going to go off the rails a little bit. We'll hang out. Feel free to hang out. I'm just going to try to print this stuff. I actually think I'm going to switch back to my I'm going to switch back to words.
They're a thing. They're important. You learned them at a young age.
I'm going to swap out with my dryer shaker. I'm going to swap that out. So it's going to be a little bit, but
I'll entertain
how do you
them.
save all your parameters? Let me show you real quick. And then, so if you save, go to advance and go to the advanced menu, and the password is 6 ones. I don't care what you're running. It's 6 ones. Host and Soft, Printing XP, DTF Station Pilot. They're all, well, normally they're all ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Must not hit enough. And then go to firmware and export your firmware configuration. Export your firmware configuration parameters. It should automatically pull them from your printer when you hook up to DTF Station Pilot, but just in case, save those firmware settings so you can do that. Yes, you can do it before you switch. I don't have a hard, fast answer on this. Just something fast-ish. I mean, look at the minimum requirements for a lot of the software you're going to run, and then just make it faster than that. That would be my 2 cents on that. All right, so
My turn to run the show.
if you want to.
Okay, folks. You got me now.
Oh, Lord.
Ask anything you want within reason. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure he does. 256 gigabytes
That's a
of
lot.
RAM.
It's probably overkill.
It is California DTF.
That's Kevin.
Kevin. Do I know Kevin?
No, you don't know. That's not the Kevin you know.
I know a lot of Kevins. Kevin McAllister?
Yes,
Home Alone?
from Home Alone. That's exactly who it is. Kevin McAllister is watching my live stream.
Hello, Kevin. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I think the ripping speed. I haven't seen the RAM dramatically increase ripping speed, so I don't think it's quite a 1-to-1. I think it also has to do with your.
There's still a needle in there.
Yep.
Cautious.
I think it has to do with your the RIP software more than anything else, but RAM will probably help it. So,
yeah.
Kevin's saying hello to you, Jose.
I said hi already. Let's see. It's just our brief intermission. I'm the halftime people.
You're the halftime people?
This is your chance to like go get a snack, bathroom break, fill up your water, Q&A segment with Josie. I've decided to roll for myself on the board of Color Gamut Consulting. I'm the VP of Shenanigans. That is my official title within the company. That's freaking sick. That's really cool. I want to work on movies someday. I think that'd be really cool. Let's see. We have a real question that I won't be able to answer, but he will. That's the important part. Preacher said, just to be clear, if I upgrade to DTF Pilot, it will pull all of my settings from Hosensoft.
It should. Yes, but if as long as you export your firmware, you should be okay. Exporting the firmware is really what kind of saves all those parameters and settings, and those should come into DTF Station Pilot. I can actually run this printer with an older version of Hosensoft if I wanted to, so you should be fine.
Boom! Question answered. Kevin said, oopsies, wait, I don't know how to work this. Oh, preacher, wait, I pressed the wrong thing. Kevin said, yes, having many large files open. I don't remember what we were talking about approximately 30 seconds ago, so I don't know the context for that. But yes, Kevin.
He's talking about the capability of his of the computer he wants to use.
Got it.
So
I'm just fulfilling my duties as vice president of Shenanigans. This chair is very comfortable, by the way. Let's see. Any other questions? Ask anything you want to know.
You have to riff without people asking questions, Joseph. It's part of the gig.
Part of the gig of being a halftime show.
Sure, whatever you want to say. Whatever you say.
So Kevin is assuming that DTF Pilot is more refined than a Hosensoft. Hosensoft. Is that a correct assumption, Mr. Jeremy Pales over there?
It is. So the crew at DTF Station, I don't know if they hired someone that used to work for Hosensoft, or they just have good enough access to Hosensoft to customize it. So it's got some features, like I said, the film feeding. So the fact that it will feed out the film at a consistent rate after you're done printing, you can select what that rate is. That's a huge difference. Also, all of the translations are in good English. If you've ever printed with DTF, you know what I mean by that. So things like nozzle check being nozzle check, not nozzle check. So
important things in life.
Indeed. But yeah, it is a little more refined, but I think it's based on like the version 5.7 of Hosensoft. So a lot of the newer printers are not necessarily going to work with it. So I want to talk to Tony and see if they would be open to like building out a paid version of it. I don't know. It's hard because everybody gets that software for free when they set up their printer. So it's hard to like want to pay for something that you already get for free or that people already get for free. So
That's a fair statement there. Fair statement, fair question, fair assumption. It's great.
You good?
I should never go into stand-up comedy.
No, you should not.
Oh wow. Preacher said, Tony actually suggested I stay with Hosenstoff.
Well, there you go. ... Interesting. I'll have to ask him why he suggested that. I know that they are always working to iterate, and sometimes even when Tony makes a lot of those decisions, sometimes he doesn't like his own decisions he makes.
Happens to the best of us.
So yeah. So I'll be, like I said, I'll probably bug Tony and ask him why he suggested that you stick with that. So I'm not sure why he would do that, but he's got his reasons, I'm sure.
It's a lovely British accent there you went into.
Thanks.
Yep. So.
All right.
Yeah. Here at Color Gamma Consulting, we really care about making people laugh. And that's why I was hired as the vice president of vice president of Shenanigans.
Halftime show's over.
What? I was having fun.
Yep. All right. So let's do Neostampa.
Project time.
So I'm going to do, that's like 3 feet. Yeah, that's about 3 feet. So let's crop that one.
Oh, Preacher bought it through All American.
Yep.
I know what that is. All American Print Supply.
SD Bestie works
SD
there.
Bestie!
SD Bestie! I'm going to get in so much trouble if that nickname sticks.
No, but he's your best friend. That's why. No, like, unless you're his best friend, they can't call you SD Bestie.
Hey, everybody, Preacher, he is 100% a trip.
Everybody spam All American Print Supplies comments. We love you, SD Bestie.
You're going to get me in trouble, Josie.
That's my job, VP of Shenanigans.
All right, let's
what I was
print
hired
this
to do.
one. So this one, let's go print. And pattern. There we go. And let's see how long that takes to rip. Let me know when it's done ripping, Jose. You don't even know what you're looking for.
There's a bar that's moving. I have critical thinking skills.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I raised you well.
I don't think it's done.
It is not done. So I'm just putting a little powder in it to get it weighed down.
I think it's done.
There we go.
Stop moving on the bottom.
Okay.
I can only assume.
And normally I have more time to make sure this is centered properly.
You could have had more time. You just cut off my halftime show.
I want to keep moving. All right, here we go. DTF station pilot. Alexa, turn off the shop compressor.
My goodness. Jeepers.
In the other half of my studio space is all of my tools. And I have a shop compressor that I use to pump up my bike tires and to do like car work. And I forgot I didn't turn it off earlier.
Everybody's awake
All right,
now.
here we go. All right, so here's where we're sitting right now. So we've got the powder there. Print is starting up there. Powder's down there. I'm going to flick on the shaker. There it goes. Starting to see some of that coming down right there. Printing. Nice. Okay. And then here, Joseph, will you take the camera?
Yes, I would love nothing more.
I'm going to attach it to the take-up reel. So on this machine, we go under here. And then the take-up reel needs to move. There we go. And now, once it drops back in here, so it's not quite, this little bar here is what activates the take-up sensor. Oh, this is going to look like dog crap.
Why?
Because I didn't increase the white underbase. That's normally what I do after I build a profile, is I increase the white underbase, and I didn't do that. So,
Whoopsies.
okay, so I'm going to stop it. Let me have my chair back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop it. So I could either cancel it directly on the printer itself, or I can just come in here and hit cancel. Go ahead and Stampa. White effect layer. Actually, zoom out a little bit. And I want to select all of this. And nope, I can't do that. We'll go one of them. There we go. White layer. Yeah. Let's do 70. And I'm actually save that to the print mode. So it changes all of them. Oops. And let's print pattern 2. Okay. So that's ripping. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to move it forward. So the advanced film feature is this. So you can actually select for how far it's going to print and at what speed. So I can look at a past job and say, oh, that job printed 11.15 meters per hour. So I could set my advanced film to 11.15 and it would feed out the same rate it was printing. I love it. I love that feature. It's fantastic. All right, open and print. There we go. This should be better. Let's go back to the phone camera. Oh, there it went. So got the take-up reel there. So hopefully you guys can see. It's just pulling it up. Start shaking it. Yeah, that'll be more opaque. That looks good. Do you have any more questions that popped up, or people just watch? We're just watching paint dry.
We're just watching paint dry.
Beautiful. Oh wait.
They just said that ST Bestie's into his job.
He is. Love that dude. I always love watching other like YouTubers because everybody has like tics, for lack of a better term. Like they have ways that mannerisms.
Yeah.
Everybody does. And that's one of the things I always notice is like people's mannerisms. And so this graphic right here that's got really, really fine detail, if this was any other color, we might struggle with white underbase coverage on it because it's such fine lines. But because we're doing all white,
Doesn't matter.
we Gucci, as the kids say. That is what the kids say, is it?
No.
That's not what the kids say?
No.
Sad.
Maybe when I was in the 6th grade.
I'm wondering if even... Nah, it's fine. So we go any thicker, you're going to start feeling it. We're not worried about super bright white. We just want it to look nice on it.
Yeah.
Is that puff? Is that jersey? Is that graphic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's heat transfer vinyl as well.
If you couldn't tell where I was going to school, you know now.
Yeah. That purple fabric you got is pretty darn close to that purple shirt. I guess a little off.
It's a little darker.
It's about 6 delta E off. For those of you wondering,
Actually,
this guy up here,
Shop Monkey.
that's my shop monkey. And we first got him when my father-in-law and I were flipping houses. I can't remember if it was like at a house that we were flipping.
I think he
or-
bought it at Goodwill and just brought
Did
it.
he buy it at Goodwill because he's just a weirdo?
Yeah.
But we bought
he's a
it,
guy,
and
Grandpa.
his hand broke at one point. He's been through it. But I decided to have him in this shop. So the lore of the shop monkey continues.
Does he have a name?
Check out this.
Wow.
Got some color gamut consulting. I'll be wearing that at trade shows because I always get comments about my shirts that will look like that.
Pop culture references, they're important.
Mike, what's happening? What'd he say?
He said, I have a studio monkey from Goodwill. Felt sorry for it.
Well, he gets the place of honor, presiding over the printer. This isn't really going to utilize this new print mode very much, is it? Because it's just white.
No. Well, you want to know what will?
Back
The
over here.
other shirt you were supposed to make me.
Yeah, we can print that, see what that looks like. All right, let's so I'm gonna reprint that job. So I'm gonna go to past jobs, right click, print immediately, because I need 2 of these. Because I need to fill up this whole fabric sheet. While that's going, I'm gonna go back over to Neo Stampa, and my daughter wants me to print out a shirt that I was working on for her. It's a Goonies shirt with a halftone.
Halftone, the thing he's famous for, people. Gonna watch it in real time. Don't forget
Well, no,
the little...
I'm not doing the halftone.
Well, we're gonna watch him print it in real time.
So Mike did a video on TikTok or Instagram, and he's like, "Hey, my niece asked me to make the T-shirt of this band Nirvana, and it was Hanson, like Mbop. That is the name of the band, right? Hanson? No.
From what?
Shoot! Now I can't remember the name of the. Mbop bop ba doo wop. Yeah. Isn't that Hanson? I think it's Hanson. Anyway, it was funny because he's like totally deadpan. He's like making this T-shirt of Nirvana, and I'm like, oh, that's funny. I was dying.
Yeah,
laughing.
it is Hanson.
Thank you. You made me feel like I was crazy for a second.
Don't forget to print the front part. Remember?
Oh yeah.
We worked
also
very
made
hard
a
on
little
that.
pocket logo. Goonies left chest.
Yeah.
Open.
Did you end up finding my shirt?
Yeah, it's right there, I think.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Goonies never say die, baby. Okay, I'm going to duplicate that one. I'm going to duplicate that one a couple times. And then I'm also going to add my Stranger Things. Can't remember if this one's with my color gamut. It is. Sweet.
I'm pretty sure his name is Mike, that T-shirt guy.
Yeah.
He said, I did Little Richard / Prince video today.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, you know what? We'll watch it together. We're going to watch it together. Let me first get this duplicated. Duplicate.
What if he just filmed it today and didn't post it? And you're going to go to his channel and look like a fool.
Well, he'll probably answer before I actually get over there.
Probably.
Okay. So zoom out. Auto nest. Half inch between everything. Beautiful. All right, and then...
Oh, he said it's posted. I'm sorry, Mike.
Sweet.
I assumed the wrong thing.
Yeah, you did.
I was wrong. I'll admit it.
Okay, I want to check my choke on this thing. Choke.
Jeepers, how long is this print?
It's the second one.
Oh.
It's like 36 inches or 40 inches. I did it basically. Okay, because I know that this is halftone stuff. I'm going to do a choke of 0.002. Apply. Save. Yes. Changes all of them. I should have been faster on this.
Go, 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 go.
Goonies. Oops, I already saved as that. Delete. So what happens when I get into a hurry? I screw stuff up. Print. Goonies. 2. Print. All right. All right, well, that is doing its thing. Let's go to Instagram.
Oh, tomorrow it's Johnny Cash and Elvis.
He's out of control.
I love Elvis.
Where is search on the desktop version?
Right below home.
There it is. Thank you. Boomer, I know.
Okay, boomer. That's actually not even cool anymore either. You're really not with it today.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you're going to make so many people upset, Mike. Hey, Jonathan. For those of you who have come late, the first hour of this broadcast was building a profile with my new tool, this I1IO table. That was the first hour. So if you want to go back and watch that, feel free to go back and watch that. I mostly just took the opportunity while I had a bunch of stuff to do to just hang out and broadcast. And
basically his daughter told her that he should maybe profile his own printer. So.
But I was also waiting till I had this because I needed to practice with it. I needed to do a couple with it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's done finally. There we go. Open. Goonies. Print.
Rah.
All right, let's see.
Went the wrong way. It's
what
weird.
else do we got? Anything else? Here we go. Let's preview this print.
My head's in the way. Sorry.
Some good looking reds right there.
Yes, it is.
And that is, I'm satisfied with that coverage of white underbase.
Those reds are looking better than my hair right now.
What's going on in here? It's extra noisy right now. Oh, here, hold this, hold this. So my take-up reels moved because I did not tighten them down enough.
Oops.
So when you start running DTF, you will start to notice like sounds, and then you know something's wrong because it sounds wrong.
The way you know he's been doing this for a while.
Look at that.
I had no idea
Look at that
something
green.
was wrong.
Look at that green. That was good. Looks almost as good as that one.
Scrumptious looking green right there.
I mean, honestly, it should look pretty similar because these come with built-in profiles that are actually pretty good. Oh, now that I'm seeing these dots in here, I might need to expand my choke a little bit. This is why halftones are hard, is because every image file is a little different, and sometimes it takes some trial and error.
Jonathan said, "Yep, had something like that this afternoon. Did a nozzle check and the film made a noise. Nothing major at all, thankfully."
And are my fans on? Is my purifier on?
No.
Turn on the purifier. Whoops.
Did I turn on?
Oh yeah, it was on.
Oh.
It was probably already on. You won't feel much moving. It doesn't move a lot of air.
Oh, okay. I didn't feel anything. That's why I thought it was off.
Nope. So this is what it looks like, and it's like how it should be working state.
Near 13 max.
And then these are the controls here. I've been quite pleased with it. NeoFlex DTF printer, not from China. I have not heard about this. Mike, send me a link. I got to hear about it.
Ooh,
Is it?
Can I do the thing? Send him a link at a wrong mouse. I got this, guys. At a.
He has my email.
Color game. Yeah, it's for the. Let me have this. Color Gaming Consulting.
But Mike, is it NeoFlex, or is it extended colors? Like, are they doing fluorescence, or is it just that's the name they chose? And if they're not using Neo Stamper for their rip, they missed an opportunity. What'd he say?
We need to talk offline about it.
Oh, okay. All right. I hear you. Oh, yep. I need to decrease the choke. None of this is getting any white underbase. Too many fine dots. Okay. I'm gonna cancel it because I'm gonna have to reprint that, at least the Goonies one. All right. So, whoa, sorry guys, take you on a horrible, horrible trip. Cancel. Yes. So that was printing at roughly 15. Oops, sorry guys, can't see that. That was printing at roughly 15.36 meters per hour linear feet. So I'm going to make this 15.36. I'm going to have it go out 300 millimeters, and I'll show you guys what it does. So now it is just simply feeding out at that same rate. So this is going to allow my transfers to go all the way through without me having to do anything but sit back and relax. All right. So what we're going to do to wrap up this live stream. Ooh. CR. Neoflex. All right. Y'all got me. Neoflex. DTF printer. KingJet. I need more. Is that what it looks like? Yeah. Okay. So they're definitely doing some extra colors. Okay. I will definitely, I'm going to look more into that because that looks intriguing. So I'd be hard pressed. I think I'd be surprised to find a DTF manufacturer not using something from China. Honestly, it's just kind of like, it's just synonymous for this industry that it be from China, or that some parts will be from China. It does look a little bit like some other machines I've seen out there. I can't pinpoint it, but it does look a little bit like some other machines that are out there, which is fairly common. So I'd love to know what boards they're running. I'd love to know what interface. Like I got questions. Sweet. Yeah. That'll be interesting. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wait till my Stranger Things graphics come through this, and then we're going to press the pattern onto this. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how I would go about pressing something that's bigger than the film that I'm working with. So we'll do that. We'll make that the lovely wrap up of the night. We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes, longest live stream ever.
You're welcome.
Mostly because it's just full of shenanigans. All right.
People got to be entertained.
Okay, I'm going to move some things around while it's finishing up so that I can maybe have the camera see better. Perfect. Gotta go a little further. Interesting. All right, let's get my camera facing the heat press. There we go. All right. Are you still cold, child?
Yes. Kevin said, did I get it right? That's
yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah, that's Kevin
said, thank you for the long life. You're welcome, Kevin.
Josie's taking full
100% credit. I should get a business card.
Stop move. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, hot. Okay. So, take our take-up reel off. And will you grab your fabric, Jose?
Yes.
All right, so I got to trim off the color bar. Hold on. All right.
Oh, Carl's telling everybody to hit that like button before they hop off. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. And Kevin said, I will start a GoFundMe for your winter clothing you need to get. Kevin, I have winter clothing.
Give it to me.
It's already all up in Minnesota. This is like the only sweatshirt I have left here. But I have a coat. I have snow boots. I have a hat.
All right. So what I'm going to do
Sorry.
is I'm going to, Joseph, will you hold that in place for a second? Okay. So you could use heat tape if you wanted to kind of hold it in place. I'm just going to, as long as people can see. So I'm just going to kind of sort of line it up with this. Try to be as close as I can. It doesn't need to be perfect. Or does it need to be perfect, Josie? Does it need to be perfect? I'm just kidding. Okay. But let's move that up a little bit. There we go. And that'll work. So
I don't want to burn my finger.
no, you can let go.
Oh!
Don't fall. All right. First press underway. Jose, I need your help.
Yes.
So when this pops open, I want you to pull it that way. Such a wuss. Pull, pull, pull. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, stop right there. It looks a bit faded. I probably should have done more white underbase.
It's okay.
You can also do on the other side too.
It'll give that vintagey vibe.
It will give that vintagey vibe. Okay, pull it your way. Keep going.
I'm running
That's
into
good.
your dryer. I think they're still talking about my lack of warmth, that I'm cold.
All right. You're such a wuss.
I'm not.
Hold on to the fabric, child.
Oh, I don't want to.
Cool. So it's definitely not a bright white.
No.
For sure.
I have my
But-
phone's going off.
Yeah, so I definitely need more white underbase. I didn't get that dialed in very good, but it looks nice. Looks good. That's gonna look really cool in your blue jeans,
Yeah.
like inside the rip part of your blue jeans.
I was just told where I'm going. Even a snowman feels cold.
All right. So now we need the other side of it. And we don't need all of it. So you have two options when you don't need the whole graphic in the case of making these pattern fabrics. You can either just press it and let it not stick to the Teflon. If you have Teflon as your platen cover, you can kind of get away with just pressing it off the edge, or you could cut it down to make it not stick off of the page. Oh, I need to do like that. Will that look right? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So will you pull on that? Yeah. Sweet. This would work better if I had like miter saws. You use like an extension on them so you can lay it big and flat. I've also seen a lot of people use like a cardboard as like a backer to help hold everything together while they're pressing. Okay, pull.
The fabric or the thing?
Yes.
It's stuck. Sorry.
Yeah, I know it's stuck. I expect it. Ooh.
Okay.
Keep going.
I just won't use that part.
Going. Stop. Come back a little bit. All right. Almost done.
I can't see that far.
Something about sublimation, I think. Kevin's probably telling me it'd be better to do this with sublimation. And you're not wrong, Kevin. Yeah, the sublimation presses are good because they're humongous. So this is actually a really like an actual viable option for DTF is to use it as to make patterns.
I just won't use that bear.
Oh, he jacked up. All right.
Looks a little
Shake it.
crunchy.
All right. So here is, let's go back to our original view. Here's our pattern fabric. Like I said, definitely should have upped my white underbase because, again, that's normally a step. Once I build a profile, the last thing I do is I do a underbase amount check. That's what I always do, and I skipped over it in this particular situation. So it's a little smooth feeling right now, so I think I'm actually going to go and do a second press with T-Seal on this. But yeah, so now she can cut this out and put it inside the pockets and inside the ripped holes. It's going to look fun. And if she decides it's not bright enough and we need more white, we can just press it on the other side.
I think I am deciding it's not right. But look, like this is so white and it's just, it's not.
You're
like
right.
That's gray.
Yeah, it is.
So
that's what happens when we don't use enough white underbase. Or Jeremy's underbase is separated a little bit because he hadn't used it much. That's for another day. Y'all, thanks. Who manufactures T-Seal? I have no idea, Mike.
I manufactured T-Seal. It's all me.
Good Lord.
This brain.
So it is quite soft because there's like no white underbase. It will feel a little thicker when it's got more white underbase, but yes, patterns work really good because there's lots of open space and the graphics are very small. So patterned fabrics are actually a really, really, really good DTF tool. So T-Seal, ISW is a distributor of it. The white toner folks, the Creo, I think it is, the white toner printer, it's that company. I do sell it on my website. Just search for T-Seal on my site. It's like $45 for a sheet, 300 to 500 presses with it. Depends on how abusive you are to it, on how long it will last. But yeah, if you order from my site, it ships out of St. Louis. So it's pretty centrally located, so it doesn't take a super long time to ship. But yeah, I think that's going to do it, guys. 2.5 hours, good times. Got a profile built. The colors, so I will tell you, one of the things I noticed, and it obviously I need to press on a shirt to see it, but comparing to what I have up on my wall there, the one thing I notice is that like this like flesh part of her forehead is more red on that one, and it's more natural looking on this, which just, I think that's just a little bit more dialed in of an ICC. The rest of the colors, like the really bright ones, look pretty similar, but it's like those subtle ones that I think make a big difference. I actually had somebody whose machine I was profiling. Yeah. So I was in a shop profiling some machines, and he sent me an image, and he's like, "Hey, this looks fuzzy compared to CADLink Digital Factory," and he had printed it in his old version and the new one. The old one, like all the outline was black, and I said, "Send me the graphic," and he sent me the graphic, and on the graphic, one part of the image was black outline, the other part was actually a very dark gray. So their old profile on Digital Factory was so poor, it didn't pick up that there were two different darker colors in that print. It printed all of it as black. So that's what one of the things that happens is like the super light end or the super dark end or super saturated end of the spectrum is where I notice the most difference when we're going from like a default profile to something that's like bespoke, made specifically for that machine, that setup. So yeah, so I think that turned out pretty good. Like I said, I think the next time I do it, I would just do 2,250 swatches because that took like hardly any time to scan. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked to start using the i1 IO table. Yeah, I'm excited to have this in the stable of tools for DTF and color profiling for color gamut consulting. Okay, so I have to be honest with you, Kevin. Which one are you talking about? Which image? Because if we talking about so if we're talking about like the Blade Runner, that was printed on a hi-fi printer, so printer that was using neons or fluorescence. So if it's that one, yeah, that one. So you're talking about the Stranger Things one that's right by the machine. Yeah, that's the one I just printed now. Yeah, it's pretty vibrant. And I think that was with the default profile that came with the printer. So only a little subtle difference. And then I can't really see my Star Wars one. That's one of my favorite ones. It's an OG one. But
I wore that shirt yesterday, actually.
Oops, and I just deleted my original spot. There we go. Whoops.
Too far.
So Mike had one more question. Are you going to travel with that? That's exactly why I bought it. I bought it to travel with it. I would not, and if you're just buying one machine for your shop, it is not financially a good decision to buy one of these for one shop. Even if you have 5 or 6 machines, you're not going to be needing to use it enough to where it will benefit you. I oftentimes am doing multiple machines on at a site, and so if I can speed up the process, if I can allow myself to do other things while it's scanning, if I can have more accurate scans, all those kind of things, it just speeds up the process for me. And I just, had to go with it. So, yep. I'm testing. I bought so it comes with a very like a 3.5, 4 foot USB cable. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. So actually I ordered a 16 foot and a 30 foot. I'm going to test both of those out tomorrow before I head on the road, because when I was working with one of these in the field, that was the biggest problem, is we had to like move stuff around to get this close to the computer. And I'm like, if I can have it like further away, that would be ideal. You are welcome, Preacher. Glad you joined, and glad loved your questions about like matching Caesar HTV and stuff like that. So that was great. But yeah, Mike, to finish up that question, I have a Pelican case I just picked up. I spent $500 on the Pelican case, but that's going to protect it when I fly. I know a couple other people that use that exact same case, and it protects it pretty well. So, yeah, that's going to do it. 9/11 at night. And we haven't had dinner yet.
Night part is an important addition to the time. You took a little too long to applause there, buddy.
I did. And we also haven't had dinner yet. My wife's out of town. She's on a trip with some girlfriends. So it's just me and my daughter. And yeah, we get distracted. I already have one. Let's see. I already have it in the case. I got an air tag in my suitcase as well, because that's what my other x-rite used to travel in. But yeah, there's my Pelican and Jeremy's luggage. So I always track it for sure. How important is room lighting when choosing a correct color? Very important. Officially, you should have a D50 lighting booth, but I think it's fine if you use like daylight. Daylight is the best way to pick colors. But that's when you like choosing a color, like when you're sitting there going, what matches like what we did here when we matched this orange to the Home Depot bolt bag. This would have been better done in a D50 lighting booth. But we know that most of our customers aren't using D50 lighting booths. So do you really need to do that? I don't know. I would just, if you're really, really trying to dial in a color, I would just step outside to compare. That's going to be your best option. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. I am going to live stream on Monday before I head out to Miami. Not sure
That's why I'm picking Michael up from the airport.
No, you're picking Michael. So my son's coming home. My son stayed up at college. He did a work program over the summer up there, but he's coming home for a week, and I'm gonna be gone for like the whole week. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, so mom's flying home Monday. Michael's flying home Monday. I'm flying out Monday. So you're picking up Michael because I'm going to drive mom's car to the airport, leave it at the airport. She's going to fly in and take her car home. And then somebody has to pick me up when I come home Saturday night. Bingo, bango, bongo. All right. See you guys Monday for a live stream. Thank you so much.
You won't see me Monday. I'll be driving to the airport.
You will not see Josie because I need a sane, shenanigan, non-shenanigan podcast live stream.
Do you hear this guy? I should edit one of your videos or TikToks. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that this week. It's gonna be my boredom project. I'm really bored. That's why I'm out here.
All right. See you guys later. Good night.